So the big news today for the overall stock market is that Elon Musk has a super bad feeling about the economy. We're going to talk about what he said and all that fun stuff right here in this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Patrick here. Yesterday, the market rallied up to the 415 area on the SPY. Everybody was happy. The bull market was back. And then this morning, Elon Musk came out saying that he has a super bad feeling about the economy and wants to slash Tesla jobs. Oh, it's always fun when you wake up and a billionaire basically crashed the entire stock market. This morning, he said he had a super bad feeling and wants to cut about 10% of the jobs at Tesla. He said in an email to executives on Thursday, seen by Reuters. The message came 2 days after Elon Musk told employees to return to the workplace or leave the company. Musk warning a potential recession and the knock-on effect for automakers is most direct and high-profile forecast of its kind in the industry. Also, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase and the president of Goldman Sachs saying that a hurricane is right out there, down the road, coming our way. And, well, no one really knows how big of a hurricane it's going to be. So inflation in the U.S. is at about 40-year highs and has caused a jump in the cost of living for Americans, while the Federal Reserve faces the difficult task of dampening demand enough to curb inflation while not causing a recession. It's a huge opportunity here. You can see this news coming out this morning, and, well, the overall market just getting crushed. The market right now, I think it's down since yesterday's close. We're down about 2%, so not a huge drop-off, but still a overall red day in the market. And looking here at the daily chart for the SPY right now, this could be the next turn down for a move lower. So basically going and getting back down there below 400. So recently we had a nice little spike up. The market rallied from that 380 area up to almost 420. Yesterday, a big rally yesterday. As you can see, a huge rally yesterday from that 407 area all the way up there to 417. And then this morning, the news coming out with Elon Musk. We are right there at that overall trend line here. So if we can hold at this level on the SPY, we would expect a more. And looking here at the Qs, the NASDAQ, same idea. Yesterday, a big rally up. And today, the sell-off after the news or after the tweet or whatever Elon Musk said. So what's the big deal? Seems like more and more we're seeing the news about inflation. Turkey's inflation soars 73% to a 23-year high as food and energy costs skyrockets. I saw about Argentina. I've seen multiple companies talking about inflation, and obviously here in the USA having major inflation as well is a big red flag for the idea of going into a recession here. And the idea that, people are out there working and they're making a certain amount of money per year, and inflation is running rampant. So the cost of goods, the cost of energy, the cost of living, everything is skyrocketing, while the cost or the opportunity to work, the pay rate, the salary for these people is not going up. So it's not going up the same amount that inflation is rising, and then rising the cost of goods. Also, like this news article here, over 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck as inflation concerns impact savings. Also, recently, Joe Biden coming out saying that there is little that he can do to lower the cost of gasoline or food in the immediate term. More headlines here about parents sacrificing amid soaring inflation to feed their families. I don't know about you guys, but all these headlines and all this stuff talking about inflation, the cost of goods, food, energy, the housing, it all points to one idea. Inflation is running rampant, and, well, a recession is very possible at this point. So Elon Musk, even though, a lot of people are mad at him for talking about the idea of a recession, well, he's only talking about what's actually going on out there. So the million-dollar question here is, as consumers start to spend less money because they can't afford food, they have to pay for the gas, they have to pay to live, you think, the living cost is basically like it's required. You can't go out and buy a new Apple phone if you can't pay your rent. If you can't pay for the food that you need to feed your family, you can't afford a new Apple phone. So this obviously will trickle into a recession idea of stocks going down in value because people are spending less money on items that they don't need, where at the end of the day, they need gas to get to work, they need a place to live, and they need food. Those are the three things that people actually need. And as inflation is continuing to rise in value or increase the value of these necessities, all of the things that they don't need are going out the window because people are like, hey, I really need to eat. Or, hey, I really got to fill my car up with gas. And you can see here the price of oil rising as well. So recently, back there in March of 2022, a barrel of oil cost around $130. We had a pullback. We've been bouncing around $100 and now starting to climb once again up to $119 per barrel of oil. And this is not going to slow down. This is inflation. This is also people, I would say, I'm not going to blame Biden, but the USA with the rules, Biden's not opening up more mining. He's not opening up more opportunities to get oil out of the ground. He's fighting this because of environmental reasons. So now you have pretty much, people not being able to afford to live because we're now, worried more about the environment where people are drilling oil and things like that. So, there's a lot of really interesting things going on right now, especially, but I think this right here is the big focus. If you look at the price of oil, the rising cost of oil, this thing is ready to break out, and I would not be surprised to see a barrel of oil being $150 by the end of this summer, especially with the demand rising as well going into summertime. But maybe the demand goes down because people don't have the money to buy the oil or to buy the gas to travel around for the summertime. But I'm thinking that people will end up traveling either way, especially after being cooped up with the lockdown, the pandemic, and everything that's been going on. So very interesting time we're living in right now. Very, very interesting times. So at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, are we in a climate, are we in a world right now where stocks will rise in value because people are really out there just buy, happy? Are we in a world where 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? Do they have extra money to buy stocks when they can't even afford to buy gas or buy food for their families? So yes, Elon Musk, as much as people want to hate him, he could be very right about the idea of a great recession to come. So we're going to find out, as we always find out, as the world turns. We'll be doing it right here on the channel. Elon Musk setting the market into a tizzy today. If you guys have more questions, leave a comment down below. What do you guys think? Are we heading into a recession? Is this time to batten down the hatches and get ready for World War III recession, great recession of our time?